Archers, attack! Keep firing! Let none escape! Another down! Do not relent!
Yo, crack a 40. It's episode 250. That's actually pretty impressive. I'm Slidewhistle.
It's your boy, Immunization, and yeah, we are officially 1/4 of the way to 1,000 episodes.
Wow, then maybe I can die. I can finally shuffle off this mortal coil. But I'm only 1/4 of the way there. And guys, I'm just gonna right out of the gate say it. I'm so fucking excited. My man Chris is back.
Hooray! We haven't lived in a Chris Metzen world.
He didn't sell enough of his D&D 5e board game slips, so he's crawling on back.
I was gonna say, it feels a little bit like The Rock coming back to the WWE because of the writer's strike and because his movie failed.
I'm mostly curious when Scott Johnson is going to bring the instance back around to just being World of Warcraft, because that man loves anything that Chris Metzen does. So,
was he covering the board game slips? Was that what the instance was about recently?
No, I think the instance actually ceased to exist, and he moved over to just doing this is a general all video game podcast, so I don't have to talk about WoW all the time, because I don't like WoW kind of podcasts. But it's coming back, I betcha. Keep your eyes on that one.
Well, and like you touched upon, Slidewhistle, Big Chrissy Metz, he's back, except that we've never lived in a Metzen-run world, so I don't know.
Well,
I guess
what's funny, yeah, is I also feel like, now this isn't truly my opinion, because I don't really have an opinion, but from what I knew, everybody didn't like when Chris Metzen was writing, because he was writing Thrall really too hard, right?
Yeah, it was his OC because it was his child, so they hated in Kata where it was like, I'm the guy who solves everything, and everyone's like, wow, the guy he voices, the guy he made gets to be in charge.
And my thing is that okay, I'm not gonna shit on people being happy for something in the World of Warcraft, because I feel like in Blizzard, in the Blizzard sphere in general, for a while now, there's not been a whole lot to be excited about. But I don't know, the way that people are excited about one person, I just feel didn't we learn something about idolizing people in the Blizzard sphere? I don't know.
Oh, yeah, there are no WoW demagogues. I do think it'll be good. It'll be good to have somebody who's familiar with the old lore, I think. Because, I don't know, they lost a lot of people over the years, right? People are still there who can keep the lore, but it is kind of nice to have somebody who's, remembers this kind of stuff. Except he forgot about Falstad, so I guess, actually, I don't know.
That's true. Red Shirt Man, they should have given it to him. But my big thing is, I wonder what brought him back. Was it just a love of the series? Was he angry at the direction it had taken, and he was like, only I can fix it?
Well, I think he was angry at the way that Thrall was portrayed as a little weak boy that forgot how to use the elements. So my question to y'all is, in the Lightlands, do you think Thrall will immediately realize that he remembers how to use the elements, and he will immediately find a cool axe again, and he will immediately be a badass again?
I don't think it'd be immediately, but it'd be kind of cool to see him pull out the hammer out of the... Where did he throw it? Is it in the middle of the storm still, or did somebody grab it?
No, it's destroyed, because he threw it, he lost it in the storm. We picked it up, shamans used it for a while, but then we broke it on the sword to try and... So, Doomhammer is done. I think it might exist physically, but it's not magic anymore. But maybe he can go to Old Doom and dig through the sand and be like, I found it again.
Okay, so the entirety of Lightlands will be a long-term storyline where he will learn to trust himself in the elements again, and by the end, to face off against the big bad, he'll have his big moment to be I'm an elemental guy again, but the entire expansion will be about him.
Yes, I imagine we'll be going into the Lightlands with him, and he's like, oh, why can't I throw a fireball? And it's like, Thrall, my baby, we love you so much. The Lightlandians are saying this, even though they don't know him. They're like, you are so important. So that, at the very end, he can harness not only fire, water, earth, all these things, but also light. he's the first light shaman, and everyone's like, oh my god, you're so important again. Sylvanas comes out of retirement to be like, Thrall, oh my god, and your muscles are big too.
Everyone just praises him.
And your muscles are big too, Chris. And she turns, and then Metzen goes, just what this old bag of bones needed to get a pep in his step. And your hairline, immaculate.
I think we're onto something. I think you're onto something. You know, this could be it. But I don't know. I guess it can't be bad so far. We'll see. I don't think it's gonna save. Like, people are like, oh, this is gonna save WoW, and I'm like, well, does WoW need saving? I don't think it needs saving. I think it's still doing just fine. But story-wise, it's gonna get interesting. We'll see. Who knows?
My big thing is he was in charge of expansions that were directly lore that he created in the earlier Warcraft games. So he either needs to do that, or I don't know what's going to happen. Like, people are like, he's the magic man, he could have fixed anything. I think if you gave Chris Metzen Shadowlands, I don't know how much different he could have done with that, because he was like, I didn't make this.
I think they were consulting with him kind of the entire way, though. So he may actually have had fingers in Shadowlands to help. So I need to check some interviews to see if that was the case, because that sounds familiar. Again, from Scott Johnson's Instance podcast is where I think I heard that.
I also think we discussed it at some point. Like, you're right. I think he was brought in as a consultant during late Shadowlands. Was it in response to?
I don't even know.
So, like, was he consulting for Dragonflight lore, or?
I think they were just trying to get him back. They had their fingers in him.
He's been around for forever because, I mean, like, he had to keep doing Thrall stuff. So, like, he would go by the studio. He'd be in the email chains. I refuse to believe he's just like, nope, just Thrall for, like, this company he helped create.
As you know, this is our chance. Okay, we're on the ground floor. We can pressure him into giving us more lore about Moira's son, Dagran Tharusian the third? Fuck, what's his number?
The second, because I believe, the second, because I believe he's named directly after the boss.
We gotta get him to get some lore on that, and maybe some lore to fix the Borealis ring while we're at it, huh?
If you can write in a storyline where Velen realizes the Manaree are good guys, you can write in a storyline where, like, Grand Wizard Penthacary and Borealis...
No Grand Wizards. No Grand Wizards.
Grand Magister Penthacary and Borealis can be like, I handed these rings out to you ages ago, and I realized the spell wasn't quite as potent. I'll zap your ring, bing, and it works now.
You know, the Grand Magister is like, holy shit, you guys have had counterfeit Borealis rings made by the KKK this entire time.
You must kill the Grand Wizard and I'll fix the ring for you.
I can see by the maker's mark here, you were given this by a vile, evil Grand Clexter.
There's a grand dragon out back. Go slay him quick, champion.
I mean, that's the magic of the KKK's branding being fantasy. She can look at you dead in the face and say that was made by a grand Cyclops. And then you go around and it's literally a one-eyed magic Cyclops man.
Chris Metzen, we have gold. Come on. Let us into the studio. Let us cook with you.
Speaking of cooking, we're going to be able to cook with him at this upcoming BlizzCon. Ooh. Just got my plane tickets. They are sure expensive when you don't want to fly Spirit Airlines.
And trust me, you never want to fly Spirit Airlines. Never worth the money. I will never fucking fly Spirit again in my fucking life. But yeah, the floor plan's here, and I love it. For my first prediction, it has been correct. StarCraft has been eliminated from the competition, and so is HOTS. HOTS thrown out as well.
Yeah, neither of them have any representation in this floor plan. Diablo gets an entire hall. Overwatch gets 2 halls, because, like, one's for the World Cup and one's just for Overwatch 2. And then they put, like, everything that is in the Warcraft sphere in the biggest hall together. And then they renamed the esports arena to just be, like, the BlizzCon arena, as opposed to, like, it was just called, like, the Overwatch World Cup arena or something like that before, right?
Yeah. Maybe they realized it was too far out of the way and people weren't going to it, or because it was kind of hard to get to compared to everything else. You know what I mean? Like, you would be in the hall, and then to get there, you'd have to cross, like, into buildings. Security was weird. I think this would be a better job of containing it all.
Oh, also the floor plan denotes the arena as being where the opening ceremony is, like, being held. That's new.
Yeah, I thought that was weird because that's a lot of space actually. If they're having the opening ceremony in the BlizzCon arena, that's more space and it'll be more manageable, I think, than having it in any of these other halls. Because I mean, the rush for Hall A, Hall B, whatever the one used to be, where they'd have the arena, was kind of a hot mess. It was fun to get there, but it also was very scary, and the risk of trampling was kind of real.
Yeah, no, it is kind of scary. So honestly, I think it'll be good, and I think all the other halls will probably still broadcast it, so it's whatever.
I was at first a little weird about WoW and getting the small area, but
Yeah.
I guess you're right. The whole idea is Warcraft. Like the Darkmoon Fair is still Warcraft. Like a lot of it is still WoW. You know.
I feel like we can, if we feel like the World of Warcraft space is too cramped, we can start moving some barriers, moving some chairs into Warcraft Rumble Zone. Like I don't think there's going to be a lot of people showing up for that thing. We can get some extra elbow room over there.
I'm really curious. So, like, this area used to be the Diablo Immortal area, and let me tell you, they gave Diablo Immortal a fuck ton of space. I like that they kind of learned.
Excuse me, the entirety of this World of Warcraft like congregation here was just Diablo Immortal.
A very large chunk. So, like, the slice of Darkmoon Fair being in Hall D, and I think, honestly, a little more over to the right, maybe halfway through Rumble, was all Diablo Immortal. Tons and tons of phones set up on stands, and nobody was in line for it because nobody cared to do it.
We played it once, I think, and I was like, huh, that's fine. This will be the only time I ever play this game, and yes, it was the only time I ever played that game.
That's a big thing too, is that the Darkmoon Fair in the tavern is in fact still there, despite the fact that there are no liquid libations. Even though we'll just be drinking magical green Mio water, it's still standing strong.
I've been thinking about this, and it'd be really easy for them to simply go back on that. They could just be like, there's alcohol. You know, we decided there's alcohol. We were just saying that to seem good. And now all the alcoholics have been weeded out. So now all the cool kids can come get their StarCraft drinks at the Warcraft Tavern.
Can you imagine fucking God, what's Ibarra? Mike Ibarra shows up at the opening ceremony. He goes, I know we said there'd be no booze, but I'm fucking blitzed at 3 p.m. Let's fucking go.
Yeah, like what if they're like, at the opening ceremonies, they're like, hey y'all, this can be all thousands of our little secret. We made that as a press release to save a little bit of face, but just don't tell anyone, okay? We're the cool parents here.
Everybody reach under your chair. There's a vodka soda.
And if any of you tell, we'll fucking kill you. It just becomes the Bobby Cody like voicemail that we unveiled forever ago. I'll kill you if you say anything. Okay, keep it real. Enjoy the Diablo booth. Get a Diablo tattoo.
Like, we have all your bad.net accounts. We'll shut you down. Also, yes. Okay, yes, you can. So, Hell's Ink tattoo. So, Hell's Ink did tattoos for Diablo. I think they were maybe in the last one, too. Where you could get special Diablo tattoos for, like, a very low price. And, like, it's legitimate ink. Like, guys, we should do it. We should get Lilith on our backs. What do you guys think?
Wait, these are like real tattoos, not like temporary
Yes.
ones?
Oh, they're real. They're legitimate. The Hell's Ink Tattoo is a very expensive, very famous tattoo parlor in LA, I believe. My hands are in the air. This could be a wrong place, but it is a famous tattoo parlor. And they come to do Diablo tattoos. And you don't know what they are until you get there. They have like a sheet they hang into, and like, which one do you want?
Oh, it's a sheet? I was like, because I'm drawing up a design. I want Donan on my left butt cheek and his son on the right butt cheek.
They might do that.
Let me just pull out my ass and balls real quick. Can you put Donan and his ill-fated son on there? And they were like, do you want the magic crystal that he shoves in his head on your butthole? Of course I want the magic crystal that contains Astaroth in my butthole.
I'm hoping they give us the option to have like the Nephilim alphabet, so we can get Fastlane on our neck and like runes. Like that'd be good.
Oh, speaking of Fastlane and our neck tattoos that we promised to get at some point in our life, Fastlane's coming up soon, so...
Perfect, every time. But yeah, I mean, this seems like a pretty standard BlizzCon setup.
Well, except for I do, and I don't want to poke fun at it, because I think it's important, but I just want to ask, as you guys are the inclusion factor of this podcast, what do you think will be happening in the very small inclusion nexus?
I know exactly what happens in the inclusion nexus because we walked back and forth trying to gauge if we were allowed to go into the inclusion nexus while we were like 6 beers in last time we were there. Okay, imagine you... So I used to do DECA as a kid. You guys didn't do DECA though. Have you guys done anything school related that took place in hotel lobbies?
Yes.
So,
I did a forensics thing
Okay.
in high school.
So like the setup of like the hotel rooms and like the barriers and the carpet and stuff. There was like a little office space almost with like little dividers and that little orange rug set up, and there were just like people who were wearing like LGBT name tags with like different stickers and like pronouns and flags and stuff. And there was you can come on in, you could like talk about your experiences or ask them about their experiences. But like it was one of those things where like it felt kind of awkward because like it was literally just a regular ass doorway to go in there. So I'm like, this doesn't feel like I'm allowed to be in this space, which is ironic for something called the inclusion nexus.
And you're one of them, so you can head in.
There was like lanyards and stuff that were like pride colors, but again, I didn't go in because I felt like I wasn't supposed to be in this area because it felt so alien to the rest of the whole con. Because as you can see, it's all laid out, and then there's this very small area upstairs, and I'm like, hello, can I be in here?
It was also like for being an inclusion nexus with like some like lanyards that were like rainbow and stuff like that. It was very grayscale with fluorescent lights, so I was like, it's kind of intimidating with like a bunch of people at booths and like fluorescent lighting, and I'm like, I don't know if I want to be in there. You should know that if it's an inclusion nexus, you can't use the evil overhead lights.
Also, I just remembered the only reason we found it was because we had to pee really bad and there were lines for every other bathroom, and the inclusion nexus was right next to the most deadest bathrooms at Blizzcon. So if you're going this year, find the bathrooms by the inclusion nexus. They'll do you well, trust me.
I was about to be like, how are the men's rooms going to have lines? But I forgot, this is BlizzCon. 80% of the people showing up are going to be dudes, so yeah, that makes sense. I guess just sneak into the ladies' room, and then you can sneak into the inclusion nexus.
There you go. I'm still really curious what the WoW Guild Clash will be. It's labeled on this menu apparently tomorrow, the 29th.
Oh, you guys don't know?
It's being announced tomorrow, so nobody knows.
Well, I know because I had entered in with that high schooler, and I'm representing straight.
Oh no! So what are you guys gonna do? Like, is it like a boxing match?
Well, you know what? We're all meeting together, and it's a little controversial. We're going to invade the inclusion nexus.
Oh no, we gotta defend it, Immune. We gotta defend the inclusion nexus. Luckily, they don't know where it's at.
Oh, so is this the clash? Like the clash for the inclusion
Yeah,
nexus?
the guild, the Legion of Gay, GAY-MERS, are going to fight us straight at the entrance to the inclusion nexus. We want in. It doesn't matter if it's the only space we're not allowed. We want this one too.
We need the LGBT warriors to show up to fight at the inclusion nexus. We ride at dawn on Saturday or Sunday. What day are we fighting?
I won't tell you.
Saturday. He'll be sleeping Sunday. He'll be sleeping.
Yeah, we'll be sleeping like all the other good straights. We sleep in on Sunday. Oh, it's too early for brunch. Brunch is for them, we say, tossing and turning in bed.
So, most of the things on, like, the BlizzCon thing that they showcased today are, like, you know, normal things. Notably, though, like, we're getting another backpack this year, which is fun. This one does not seem to have, space for Velcro stickers to be attached, so I wonder if they're discontinuing new ones of those.
Huge mistake if true. That was the best thing that BlizzCon had. So much so they kept making the magnet patches. They got to keep those things going.
But then another thing I noticed on this is there's a little section that says play upcoming content for Dragonflight and Classic. And then it shows a picture of Guardians of the Dream, which is what, 10.2? So is this implying that 10.2 is not going to be out by the time BlizzCon is?
Yes, this is what I've been seeing online, is that 10.2 content will not be there by BlizzCon, which granted is only a little bit over a month from now, but it's like, damn, we still gotta wait, huh?
I guess it does say. Interesting.
Well,
I'm trying to think.
okay, so I'll say this. Play upcoming I don't know. I guess if it wasn't Dragonflight based, they would have just said play an upcoming content and then had like a shrugging emoji. But I feel like you can't be like, play upcoming content, and then just sandbag 10.2. Because then people would be like, well, I guess you guys have been to BlizzCons where they did that. But it'd be like, I don't really care then.
Well, I'm also thinking, okay, so last time we were at BlizzCon, when they played the trailer... No, not last time. They played a trailer for the next
2 times ago.
Right?
Yes, it was... Yes, it was the end of BFA was happening, and before we even had 8.3, they said 9.0 will be a thing.
Because we got to play Shadowlands, right? Like we played it.
Yes,
first.
you played.
We played the Bastion Zone, yeah.
Yeah, and I remember them being like, it was like a twofer. They were like, the storm that doesn't happen. We normally don't have a cinematic and a demo ready to go because Shadowlands is supposed to be like ahead, right? So it's interesting that there's no. I mean, unless. What if this changes? This could change. This could morph into play Lightlands.
What if Thrall himself, Chris Metzen, comes on and he said, I only have half of the new expansion. If only some beautiful hunk who sounds just like me came on stage. And then they have a Miku-style 3D hologram of Thrall come on like, I have the other half of Lightlands.
It could happen. Also, Aaron, what are you going to wear to community night?
I'm actually fashioning a Growlina puppet that I'm just going to have on my hand and just kind of annoy people with. I figure, in most social situations it'd be a little cringe, but at BlizzCon everyone's a little cringe.
Yeah, that's the place to be. Bring your pin collection. We can trade some pin. The pin board. Oh my god, I gotta buy more pins. Oh, I'm gonna be in the document fair so fucking much.
I do love a good pin trade. I mean, I've always been about that pin hustle.
What do you guys do to plan to spend time together, meet friends, and share stories? Do you guys have a set story that you'll be sharing with others?
We're legitimately meeting up with at least a guildie, so that's something.
That is true.
Also, don't forget, a Papa Cheese will be there. You can spend time with Papa
I'm tired
himself.
of him. I can say that because I know he doesn't listen to this show. I'm tired of him. I'm gonna be like, let's meet up at the Overwatch World Cup, and he'll say, I don't know any of these new guys. And I said, don't worry, it's a great time to learn because we can also meet new hero Shield.
Yeah. Okay. So earlier this week. Okay. So here we are in a brief tangent to Underwatch. Yes. Welcome everyone. It's just your boy Immunization, no Sleepy Tony today. But earlier this week they did announce that we're getting a new map in the next upcoming season for Samoa, and I was talking with Slidewhistle about this, and he said, "Where did you hear about this slide? That like there supposedly is a tank that everyone's been clamoring for that is Samoan."
It's Baptiste's friend. He uses gravity, or at least did. He was the Proto Sigma. But then maybe he does something else now.
Just one of those heroes that I know people talk about when they see oh, it's just like what 3 of them left, right?
It's gonna be like it's Rocket Cat, it's Asian guy who's been in all of the Overwatch 1 promos.
Yeah, so I assume that might be what this is. Maybe that's too on the nose. We'll see. I'm always excited for more Overwatch news though.
Well, we're probably going to be getting, I'm assuming, BlizzCon trailers. I'm curious. I'm really, really curious what they're going to do with Diablo 4. Because, I mean, they lost a lot of gamer faith, I feel like, with the summer of games we had after Diablo. Just blew Diablo out of the fucking water. And then Diablo nerfed all their shit. That first patch. And when they did the first patch, people just never came back. I never came back, and I wasn't even that affected. Their Twitch streams are so bad compared to every other game. It's kind of crazy.
Well, yeah, it's all going to be streamed on X now.
Yeah, I was thinking when this was announced and Diablo was so big and there's all this Diablo stuff, I was like, damn, I haven't known a person to go back to Diablo in forever. And I loved it. I did love it, but it's just I never even got to 100. I was just other things happened. And now I lack the will to go back.
Yeah. Just its placement in the gaming year was really unfortunate. Like it was the first like new good game of the summer, and then they just kept coming. So it's just been on the back burner. And like again, like but then I put the gameplay for it just doesn't feel as good as any of the other games. Like I feel like I'm pressing like 4 buttons over and over and over again, and I'm like, can I get like another button or like pay a different class?
I mean, unfortunately, that's always been Diablo. Diablo's always been a very simple game to like actually play. Yeah, I don't know. I won't say like, oh, it's bad, it stinks. It's just like served its time, and now its time is done. And so it's really weird for them to be like, get ready for years more content. It's just like, no, it's okay, baby. You did your thing. Like 2-3 months, everyone really loved you, and now you can go back to sleep.
So that's the thing. This has been like my first Diablo game I've really been into. Do they do expansions, or what do they normally do?
Diablo 3 had an expansion like 2 years after it came out.
The thing is, and this is something I've never really got into, is the seasons. People play for the seasons. I still haven't tried. I haven't even tried the new season. Part of me is because I don't want to have to fucking do another battle pass. Battle passes have taken their toll, especially when Blizzard does them. Blizzard does the worst fucking battle passes. Hearthstone is so bad. I recently started playing Hearthstone again, just for Battlegrounds, and it's still like, dude, like, how much things cost, how they limit you, how much the battle pass costs. They're so out of whack with all of their prices.
Like, honestly, Hearthstone's battle pass makes Overwatches look good, and
Overwatch
is like fucking awful, and like, I'm sorry, but like, how do they expect like people to want to pay? They're like, oh, this Battle for Olympus bundle's only $25. You're saving a lot of money. It was $88. I'm like, who fucking was buying it for $88? Who?
And it was $44, not $25. It's crazy.
Also, don't worry, Overwatch heads out there. I've always said the Battle Pass should be able to pay for itself. And here we are, over a year later, and I have accumulated enough fun dollars that I can technically buy October's for free. Wink.
If you want a pro tip on how to legitimately get the Battle Pass for free using your own free time at work, tune in to our other podcast on Patreon. Is that dirty?
I mean, no, it's not dirty.
But yeah, no, Aaron, I do have tips, though. I just got a Battle Pass for free because, I found a tip on Reddit, and it's pretty good.
It's actually crazy.
Well, we will be talking about that in the After Dark segment on our Patreon. If you want to get the secret biz, you got to go to patreon.com/do-not-relent.
Or just message me on Twitter or something. I'll tell you.
No, he's giving it away for free.
Use Bing. That's as much as I'll say, and then Immune will give the full scoop on what he's been doing every day for this. It's actually really funny. It's a great story.
Okay, but to circle us back into BlizzCon news here, this banner with all the things that they're advertising for BlizzCon. Can we talk about this one in the bottom right-hand corner? And it just says, "and more to be revealed." And what is this picture? Is this some kind of elemental? What is this?
Sorry, what are you looking at? Oh, the last one.
Yeah,
okay.
So this has been all the buzz as of recent. It appears to be a earth elemental, like, that shamans can create.
Oh, there's somebody on it, though. Is it a mount?
Yes, except it's made of ice, it's white, and someone's on it, so it's an earth elemental mount, which is very cool because, I mean, it's easy on their poor, crippled artist hands, because they can just take the same model, make it silver, and be like, there it is. But also, I don't think we've had anything like that before.
I have okay. Maybe I'm just a little drunk off of this Budweiser chelada, but do you think the next expansion is going to be elemental based on this picture, right? This could be the mount given away for free at BlizzCon with like the special pass, the special package you buy. B, who was just rehired to be creative lead again? Chris Metzen, the elemental man himself, who did a lot of Cataclysm, the elements. I think we're going elemental with this expansion.
Well, okay, yeah, we're going to the elemental lands instead, and that is where we have to take Thrall to become like the avatar of the elements once again. But crazy immunization theory here. What if this is not a mount? What if this is the introduction of the tanking shaman spec.
Ooh,
could
you
be.
build up energy,
I don't think
and then
so.
you get on your big guy and you smash people. You ride them around like a monster hunter.
I'm really just fucking around. I don't actually think that that's what it is. It's obviously a mount, but, you know.
And we are killing a Fire Lord, right? We're killing the Fire Lord in the next raid tier. So we're going to
That's
have to replace
true.
him with somebody. I don't know what's happening with the other 3 of them. What the fuck is Neptulon doing? Does anybody have a read on this man? What if they finish the Throne of Tides Neptulon story now that Chris Metzen's back from Bashir? Well, I don't know. Maybe.
Ooh.
And is that why these dungeons are in the upcoming season? Just to make us give us a little bit of a reminder?
Honestly, I'm gonna hang on to this theory kind of tightly. I'm kind of feeling it. Fuck the
Ooh,
Lightlands.
Chris said, you all remember when you got big and helped out Neptulon? I hope you're ready for that, because you're getting big and helping out all 4 of the elementals. This is a big fight guys for 3 minutes and then become really big and hit all your buttons expansion.
Hey, sexiest NPC of the week, Farazane, is she still ruling down there? Or was she a sexiest, or was it her daughter?
I believe it was her daughter, and she did, in fact, lose the first annual Best Baker Award show, and she did get angry, eat all our food, and destroy the Exodon.
True.
She did walk the red carpet, though, or whatever color the carpet was that year.
Yes.
Come on. Speaking of
Do
red
you think-
carpets, show us that red carpet, girlie.
Do you think
is it red?
Do you think Corthian Gromit is ready to walk the 3 for us? Do you think Bro got elected so long ago? Do you think he even remembers?
Do you think the WoW token will hire like some sexy lady to like carry it on like a plush pillow down the runway?
Honestly, I really like that idea, and I'm writing it down on my little notepad for whenever we do that.
Also, I don't know if this is in fiction, but if it is, I'll keep it. If not, I'm going to edit this part in now. It's surprisingly yes, because she has red hair, but don't ask about that. Growlina, take it away. Welcome, my gentle friends and fellows, to my segment, Growl on the Prowl. I just completed my possibly 16th whomping of Corin Dire Brew for this year with my pal Baylet. Bay, do you find it weird that the party outside the Grim Guzzler keeps going even after we finish?
The whole vibe is kind of rowdy. I think that's just supposed to be a bar fight, you know? He even says he's gonna get us because we insulted his drink or his girl, whatever.
I guess I get that, but we kill him. He dies at the end of this.
I guess you have a point there. We do commit a homicide.
Several, in fact. We mowed down a whole bunch of Dark Iron Dwarves. Should we, feel bad for that?
I think we're in the clear. He always comes back anyways, so he must not mind too much. Plus, he's annoying.
You are so right, Bay. He is, in fact, annoying, and you can always throw fireballs at annoying people. Speaking of annoying people, right? Let's get back to the boys of DNR. With all the enthusiasm of a man who just won a pocket GP race against children, we're back.
And we're here to talk about what has been announced for the October trading post. Honestly, I feel like these devs know exactly when to give us the news so that we can be on the forefront of this, right?
Yeah,
I was thinking about that in the car today. I was like, it's gonna be such a shame that, it's the 28th, it's a couple days early, they're not gonna tell us, but then bam, just in time for this recording.
So we're going to be using a list. You can see it on WoW's website, worldofwarcraft.blizzard.com. It's one of the latest news things. We're going to do speed rounds for the things we don't really care about, which, I don't know. Let's try to be a little quicker with this, if we can speed it.
Okay, well, We're going to start with the Death Knight set. It is, they keep talking about, they give some shoulders, head, crotch, and weapons to each class, 3 each time. This is Death Knight. This is boot for me, just because I don't have one.
Honestly, I think it's a boot for me as well. It's webbed Serenite themed. It's called the Web Serenite Skeleton. But, like, I don't know, it's not really giving me anything new. It's giving me old silhouette with the new colors.
I'm going to give it a moot just because I appreciate that they make something that doesn't look like it's just jailer themed for the first time in a while.
That's true. The weapons are also with it. 500 tendies. I'm going to give those a moot as well. Like, I don't know. I have a lot of these. They're just recolors. Don't care.
Yeah, moot for the weapons. Not going to be getting them, but mostly just because I'm not a Death Knight guy.
And next up for 450, we have the Nethriza Blasphemous Flame set for the Demon Hunters. Now, I will say, this set, I really like it. I'm going to give it a toot. I don't know if I'm going to buy it because of other items on this list. But it gives a really unique headpiece of the Demon Hunters. Love it. The shoulders are okay. The belt is just okay. But the headpiece, for me, really holds it together. The glaives that come with it don't match it, as is tradition. But they also look really cool. I'm going to give those a toot as well.
I'm going to give both the weapons and the set toots. I like that the set looks different than what Death Knights normally get, although I will say it looks vaguely shamanistic to me, but still a toot.
I'm going to give him a boot because I don't have a Demon Hunter, and I never will. Blech!
Okay, well, up next we have the Druid set, the Ashamane's Vestments of Rebirth and the Ashamane's Blessing of Rebirth weapons. I'm going to give the armor a boot. It looks more like an alliance set to me than something that looks specifically druid. Mm-hmm. And then I will give the weapons a soft toot. I like when druid things have leaves on them, especially fall-looking leaves.
Yeah, I'm gonna give this set a moot. It's very alliance themed. I say this a lot, but I feel like I own this. So
do you?
No, but like
leather... as a general alliance thing.
Yes,
I was like, no way that druids have worn this before.
This looks like one of the PvP seasons they did for, it may have been BFA. Very alliance colored. The lion helm might be new. I don't know. It's not striking me, which is bizarre. So I feel like I have similar colors and I don't know, better looking things. The weapons, absolute toot. Love them. We'll be buying those 100% guaranteed.
Yes, I share similar sentiments. The weapons, toot. I'm not a druid guy. I don't think I'll be buying them, but they are really cool, very druidic. The armor is a boot. It's not druid. And I know druids can be more than just leaves and roots and grass, but it's like this is a nothing guy for them.
Counterpoint to that? No, they can't.
I mean, you're saying it. I'm thinking it. And we're moving on now to the High Scholars Grandstaff, which we have already had. It's very cool, but this is a repeat.
It's so big, but repeat. We're going to move on to the amount for 700 Traders Tendies. That's a lot of tendies, folks. The Dim Cold Flame Core. It's a... guys, what are these things called? Fuck.
It's like a golem almost. It's a recolor of the one you'd get off of Mythic Gul'dan in Legion.
Infernals. They're Infernals.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm gonna give it a toot just because I feel like we don't see these very often. But like, I don't think I'll be spending my 700 tendies on it. But like, toot.
Yeah, I'll give it a toot. But you're very expensive. So basically, they're trying to get your tendies, folks. I know everyone's complaining. Well, if you buy your 500 tendies, you have more than me. Well, tough luck, Cookie, because not even that person can afford everything on this list this month.
Also, like, I probably could afford a few things this month because I didn't really buy anything in September or honestly even August. Anyways, DN Army, you two, are you guys having the problem where, like, if you bought an item that you had frozen without unfreezing it, it just stays in your frozen slot and you can't freeze anything new?
And
it carries over to the next month, too?
Maybe? I don't know. I've only ever frozen 2 things, and I've only ever purchased one of them.
Yes, but I've only ever frozen one item, which was the Fire Mace. The fire mace is still in my trading post every month, despite me buying it month 2. However, I haven't tried to refreeze a second item. So maybe if I try to refreeze it, it'll work. But I know you can't refreeze, right? You're stuck?
Yeah, correct. I don't have an option to freeze anything else because it thinks that the one like bug mount that I bought is still there frozen.
Why haven't you filed a bug report yet? I guess I think that is when you do it though, right? Get it, bug report gets a bug, but I think you should because they probably could clear it for you.
Yeah, I know that this happened to Gershom as well, and I tagged her in Discord at some point asking her, but she never responded. So I'll make a bug report.
Get her.
Oh my God,
drag her
Woolie's
in the
having a
street.
baby. Woolie, congratulations, baby.
He's gonna shoot it out of his butthole one of these days.
Balls, check it out.
He's gonna be so puffy and preggers at BlizzCon when we see him. Thrall's balls. Also, I'm going to say, because I didn't offer my opinion, I don't know how we typically operate with the free thing at the end of the month, but if that's not included, this is my shoot. I will be purchasing Dim Cold Flame Core.
Even if it can't fly?
Even if it can't fly,
Why?
Well, because it's really cool, and I'm not going to get one of these other guys.
I don't think you've ever expressed such proclivity towards a mount that doesn't fly before, ever. Like not a single ground
really
mount has
cool.
been in your good graces.
Oh, that's why it's an insta buy for him because it's the first.
Yeah, it's not like it's
Wow.
like, oh, that's a really cool rhino, but I have other rhinos. I'm never getting an infernal. This fucking thing. There's like 3 other of this guy, and it's all like kill a rare that only existed for 5 seconds in 2015. I'm not getting another infernal.
You
of
get
course
one of
I'm
them
buying this guy.
from having 350 mounts, and you should be close to that. You have to be close to that.
Well,
with the
I'll
fucking
get
birds
even
you buy.
closer. I'll get even closer when I purchase
I was going to
this guy.
say, I think Aaron has like 320 griffins.
All right, wait, this is speed run. We're gonna go to the next item. Little phylactery, little KT. I'm gonna give my little man a toot. I'm feeling very tooty, and I'm gonna give him a toot for this reason. I know a lot of y'all, including me, don't like to do pet battles. Little KT is really good for clearing pet battles. Amazing, dare I say. He helped clear one today to give me some Dream Surge points that took me like 30 seconds. So buy him, 500.
Yeah, I'm going to give him a toot too, just because I think he's cool. I think he's a little neat guy.
Oh, it's 650, not 500. I lied.
I'm going to give him a soft toot. I will not be buying him, but if you're into unique models, that's a good one.
And then up next we have another toy, although it's listed as a Horde toy. Does that mean that only Horde can use this imp in a ball?
I don't think that's true. I was wondering why it said that.
I'm going to give it a toot, though. I think it's cool. I think it's very unique and fun.
I have Imp in a Ball in Classic, and I don't remember it literally being a creature squished into a ball with its ears poking out. Moot, I will not be purchasing this, but interesting model, Blizzard. When'd that happen?
I think I might purchase it. This is a moot for me. I don't want to buy it, but I feel compelled to because I believe it is a part of the Dark Portal set. Which
Yes,
my Dark
it is.
Portal
It is
comes
very
from.
much trading card item.
So my Hearthstone's coming, guys. It's gonna be on here soon. But also, if you didn't know, this thing does what the Khadgar Wisdom Ball does. I don't think it has voice lines, but it does give you like a Magic 8 Ball-esque reading. So for a unique toy, if you don't have the Khadgar Wisdom Ball somehow, I'm gonna give it a high moot. Next up, we can go really fast through the Drift of Endless Twilight. It's a cape, 50 tenders. It's a boot. I don't care.
Boot, yep.
I'm gonna give it a 2. I think it's one of the cooler capes they have, especially because these later on here, which I'll just throw them in now. These fucking vagabonds threads like scoot. As we established, get them out of here.
Scoop,
It's the same shit every month. This one's green. Get them out. We're done.
I want to scoop the Shifty Merchant's tunic. We've seen this, I'm pretty sure.
If not, this one's gray. I think we've seen it in purple. It's a vest. Scoot.
I do like the wine-soaked hammer, don't get me wrong, but I'm not paying 75 tendies for it. It looks like somebody colored both ends in a red marker. So, boot.
I'll give the hammer a moot, I guess.
I give it a toot. It's not so often that they give us what is clearly a vanilla item. Like, this guy has not been updated. This is literally a model from 2002 from the lumpy human build of the game. I won't be buying it, but I love that they're just like, yeah, we didn't update it. It's like Bananas the Monkey, whatever that is. It's intentionally old.
We got a ram's horn skull for your bow. I'll give it a 2. If you don't have one somehow, you can get one.
I'm going to give it a moot. I don't feel strongly about it at all.
Yeah, moot. I'm not paying for a belt. Sorry, Blizzard.
I think these next 2 are cool.
I was going to say, these are very high toots for me. I probably will be getting these. These are the Gleaming Mail Tabard and the Shadowy Mail Tabard. They're like chainmail tabards, and I don't think that we have anything quite like this, especially not in a tabard slot. So you could probably make some really cool Mog sets of this, and just using this as a chainmail on top of other armor.
This would look great on top of the like Shadowlands plate set. I feel like a lot of Shadowlands things are colored this way. I think this would be a great accent to cover up a nasty shirt or something.
I agree. Yes, I will. Toot, it's very cool. I'll have to see where my chips fall when I spend 700 of them on my Infernal Man. But maybe?
Is this a longer list than usual? I feel like there's a lot of items on this list. We got Granny's old hat, a witch's hat for 175 tendies. I guess why would I use this when I could wear my Halloween hat? Isn't that open all year long now?
Yes,
So
yes, it is. The hat of the 3 witches or 3 sisters is always around. Moot, it's cool. This one looks a little haggard, has a chip out of it. 175 is a little expensive though.
Soft toot. Up next, I think the next one that we haven't had before. Have we had the Caged Eye of the Watcher before?
Also, we are completely skipping over Feathered Cowl of the Guardian
had it before, is what he
and
was saying.
Feathered Drape of the Guardian. We have not had them in the store.
Oh, were those just part of a Medivh thing before that they were sold separately?
Where's the
You
drape?
could purchase them for $8, but I'm going to say Moot. I don't care about his cape. I want his staff. Where's that?
Yeah, I'm giving this a boot. I don't care about either of these items. No staff. Who cares?
I'll give them both a moot, I guess. I don't really feel one way about them. But then
I think we have had Cage Eye of the Watcher, so I think we've had that and Helm of the Fierce.
Yes.
So
I also feel like we've had this Morningstar.
get it out of here. Scoot these 3. Who's
We have not had Gilded Draconiid Morningstar, but
have we had another one that looks similar?
Yes,
then?
it's I don't know about in the Trader's Tenders, but this is a pre-existing model. But instead of red and black, it is tan and yellow. That's all I'll say of it. Moot.
Yeah, these last ones are honestly we're not even worth talking about. You can get better versions of all these items in Raid. I don't know why they use Little Gnome Lady for one of these helm options. What an option.
Hey, Headmaster's skull cap. I swear I've not seen that guy before. Or Corrupted Blade
That's
Fist.
a recolor. That's definitely a recolor. And the Blade Fist is
Well-
1000% a recolor. I own every other color of that.
Well, then I'll collectively say soft toots for both of these. They're neat.
No way.
I don't.
They cost
Oh my
way
god.
too much money.
Oh my god. I didn't see how much they cost. Boot. That's
They're
500 and
500.
525 respectively. Just kidding. No.
Why is the mace 25 more tendies than the headpiece? Like, just make them 500. What are we doing? Anyway, all of our shoots, I'm pretty sure, what's it for Aaron? Is going to the bonus reward.
Well, because I didn't know if you could shoot
we
the
kinda-
one
we
you
kinda.
get for free. Well, then I go and shoot that.
Eve's Ghastly Rider Mount. That's right. Your wishes have come true. The Broom Mount is a mount, and it's been updated to 2023 high-res quality. It's got a lantern. It's got armor. It's got a beautiful little old white whisk broomstick at the end of it, or broom plume.
And it looks like there might be like particle effects as you fly off of it that are like sparkly, like green wisps. I wonder if like at least during the Halloween event you'll be able to mount this as fast as the other broom, or if it will just mount like a normal broom with like a mount special effect or whatnot. But either way, shoot here. I love this thing. This looks really good.
Yes, and I believe Slidewhistle said it, but you touched upon it, Immunization. This is permanent. The epic broom mount was only existed for the 2 weeks of the Hollow's End event. This is till time immemorium. You can ride this cool thing. This is my shoot now knowing that we sometimes shoot the final guy, the
I'm
free
telling
guy.
you guys, it's what we all wanted. We did it. Thank you, Chris Metzen. He came back and said, give me the broom now.
He came in and he said, I can't wait to ride my broom. And they said, Chris, you've been on the team. You know it's only for these 2 weeks. He said, fix it. And then someone said, I don't know. And he threw his unsold board game at their head.
Own the best for my players.
He said, didn't you see the Overwatch 2 Twitter? Assault is back. And then he physically assaulted that guy with a board game.
Have you guys played Assault yet? I have not. I need to.
No.
I need to do a round of Volskaya just to appreciate. And maybe, okay, am I crazy in thinking I would kind of be okay with them for a season replacing Flashpoint with 2CP because I am over Flashpoint. So think about it, it's just not right. There's no audio cues.
Anytime I get New Junktown or Indian Village, I'm like, oh God. Like, I'm never a guy to leave games, but I'm always so tempted as soon as the loading screen comes up.
Maybe I just have like Stockholm syndrome, but I'm kind of vibing with Flashpoint right now.
Yeah, of course, I've been playing every day so much Overwatch. Flashpoint is not good. It's not there. It's missing so many elements. You 100% have Stockholm syndrome. The lack of audio cues is so egregious. Every other Overwatch map has the same audio cues on the same timer, and this one says, we're going to buck all the trends and make it all different and worse.
Listen, I think you need to play Volscary and remember exactly why you hated 2CP.
Oh, and I remember why I hate it, and then I remember why I hate Flashpoint when I play Flashpoint. Like, I'll hate both of them.
Oh, God, it's so late. I hope we don't have a game coming.
Well, joke on you because I'm pulling a time warp.
No, it's too late. Why didn't you warn me?
We are getting very spooky season off to a start here by a late into the episode game. I pulled a time warp, but I am bringing back the much beloved I Know It.
Ooh, I know. I remember that one.
I know.
Okay, so there will be 3 rounds: a who round, a what round, and a where round. There are 3 clues for each one. If you guess it correctly after the first clue, that's 3 points. 2 points after 2 clues. 1 point after 3. Whoever has the most points at the end wins. Are you guys ready?
Yeah.
Of course.
Round 1. This is who, so it's a person. Clue number 1 for 3 points. This is an iconic enemy who makes multiple appearances. Do you either of you want to make a guess or pass for now?
I'm gonna pass.
I'm thinking. I'll pass.
Clue number 2 is this NPC was part of a wanted quest line. You know, like the ones that are like on bulletins and say like wanted and like, you know, kill this thing.
I super pass. Wait.
Hogger.
Wait.
I'm going to guess Hogger the Knoll. Ironically.
I am going to guess. Oh my god. Okay. Will you accept the description of this person? Much like the rules of I Know It, a drawing is acceptable. If I can describe this well enough, will you accept it?
Paint a vivid picture for me.
Okay. So we're in a group and someone says, do you guys want to kill some demons? And I am like, no, I have to go kill this big demon guy with wings up by the fell volcano in Wad. The guy with the big brown demon wings, and he's in a bunch of expansions as the big world boss elite guy. You know what I'm talking about?
I do. I also don't remember his name, but I know exactly who you're talking about.
Oh, well then you know what? Maybe never mind. Maybe I take it all back.
Well, I accept your answer.
Oh.
Well, the third clue was is a boss in the Stormwind Stockades dungeon.
Yay!
Okay.
So yes, it is Hogger. So Aaron gets 2 points. Round 2 is what?
Lord Kazakh, by the way.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Yes. That's who I was thinking. Is that who you were thinking?
No, I was thinking of Doom Lord Kasich, actually.
Well, they're
He's very
Kazakh with
different.
multiple titles, right?
I'm talking about Doom Lord, so I don't know what you're talking about.
Okay. Clue number 1 of round 2, the what round. It is a Dragonflight event that can be associated with the weekly quest that appears in, Beldraken Square.
I'm gonna guess the Maruk Hunt.
I'm going to pass.
Okay. Clue number 2. It moves throughout the Dragon Isles.
Pass.
Clue number 3. It is hosted by the Maruk Centaur.
Ah, boo! It was. It
Oh my
was
god!
the Maruk
I thought
Hunt.
you were gonna guess on 2 and get more points. Oh my god!
Well, I purposely made this one a little tricky because, up until that, it could also be what? Dream Surges?
Yeah,
I
I
was
was-
thinking
it might have been
Dragon
Dream
Scale
Surges.
too, or the Dragonbane one was also what I was thinking.
But yes, I accept Slide's answer for 3 points. I'll give Aaron
Fuck,
1 because
I'm
I
losing.
assume he
Aaron
would have
didn't
said
even
that.
guess. Aaron didn't even say it. He didn't even say what he thought it was yet. So why are you giving points out for if he didn't say anything, huh? Huh?
Well, I
What is
did
this?
say, I said on 1, I said, beans, it's the Maruk Hunt.
Okay.
So, but I'll let Slide take the lead for now, just for interest.
Okay, so technically, I think we would be
The tie.
Yeah. So Slide has 3 points and Aaron has 3 points, 2 and 1. So it's tied currently going into the third round. And the third round is the where round. So this is a place. And the first clue is it is a Shadowlands zone.
Pass.
Pass.
Clue number 2, it is a zone that was added on later in the expansion.
Do we just
Do we
do we just Mexican
just
standoff?
Mexican
You say
standoff?
one, I
You
say the
one,
other.
I say the other.
I guess.
I guess.
Do you?
Korthia.
Zareth Mortis.
Okay, so I will reveal the third clue, but you guys have your answers locked in.
Yeah.
So the third clue is this is where the Creation Catalyst made its first appearance.
What? I think I think now this may make the recording a little annoying in the future. I think we might have to Family Feud style only have one person listening at a time when we do this to prevent this from happening, right? I was trying to see what he was gonna do to copy him to get a tie at the end, but if we have one go at a time, we won't have the influence of the other person.
Or I could just have you guys send messages to me on Discord.
That's bad for
that's
audio,
also
bad
fair.
podcast, not good for podcasts. The people would hate not hearing that. They wouldn't like that.
I like that Slidewhistle. It's I tried a slimy little tactic and it actually didn't work. So maybe fix the game next time so I can win.
Don't make me see. I'm too distracted trying to figure out how I can min-max the game.
Or min-max the lame. You have to drink.
I am taking my loser drink. And this is for all my homies down in the Maruk Hunt. Are y'all still hunting? Because I don't do that anymore.
I get
I'm not,
I get
but-
something every so often when I fly over the zone, and it's hey, you participated.
You're like, did I though?
I knew someone who got a mount that way.
Who?
Oh God, I think it was Tajurla got. I remember her posting that she got the elephant mount by just flying over a Maruk Hunt, because they were you did it, you get the purple thing, and then she got the elephant. Or I'm sorry, the mammoth.
Oh, the mammoth? Yeah, come on, it's not an elephant.
Yeah, come on, the hairy elephant. But with that, we are wrapping up the episode, and that calls for our top toot, bottom boot, medium moot. Immunization, I'm going to throw it to you first.
Well, you see, I think I did this last week, but I'm just gonna do it again. It's a moot. And it's that I have just been doing time riffs and dream surges, especially because this week they've been in the same region. So that's just what I've been doing for hours on end in WoW, and I'm I need new content. I'm and it's fine grinding out because I'm getting mounts and stuff, but I don't know. I'm I need something new.
Well, I guess you'll see it at BlizzCon 2023, because they sure enough are not dropping it before that.
I'm pretty convinced as well, but Slidewhistle, what do you have?
I had a boot.
Boo.
It's pretty much the same thing, except now I can quantify it in time. Because I was asking our raid leader, I was like, hey, is this the longest we've gone in between raid tiers? And he was like, actually, yes. Because we beat it 4 weeks earlier than we normally do. And I was like, oh my god, wait, really? And then he posted his Excel spreadsheet that he has of all of our past tier clears. And I want to dive into this more next week. So like, I'm not going to give too much away. But this is by far one of our longest periods, if this prediction for when the next patch comes out is true. It is triple the amount of the last 2 to 3 raid tiers. Maybe the only last 2 raid tiers. So I'm jonesing. I've been pugging stuff on my Evoker still. Didn't get my Legendary still. Not surprised. Been playing on my Druid, and I just feel like there's not a lot of catch-up things that I want to do in my Druid. Like, I'm doing the surges, I'm doing the time rifts. I want a new raid tier, and I want it bad. What about you, Aaron? What's your top toot, bottom boot, medium boot?
Well, I'm going to end with some positivity here, and that's with the top toot.
Toot, 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 toot.
And that top toot is that Cubby Bub has returned to the world of the Dragon Isles. She and I logged in a number of hours the other day, and we had a real blast. It's nice to see her back on the island. Whoa! I did the Sonic Adventure pose.
I saw her posting in guild chat, and it was kind of funny what she said. She's like, once I realized that I forgot how to fly in this game, she's like, it's time for me to come back and try to play again.
Yeah, or like she was doing quests, and I was like, I don't remember how to do this. It's actually been like a year. I'm sorry.
Sometimes it'd be like that.
But it's been a real hoot and a half. Except now we're on Yakuza. And that's a big game, so but when she's Yaku'd out, we'll see her back on the island. Wow! Speaking of people I see on the island, let's talk about our patrons. They include Command Sergeant Major Tujurla, fourth host of the podcast, a Monkey, Ahoy, Vince, NSYNC / Drag Race, Azar, and Digital Dave. Mitch wants to remind everyone that Rathion isn't daddy, he's a literal child. Crucifix, Saracen Hawk, Jerome, Sisha and Soup, Big Fat Ugly Bug-Faced Baby Eating Adorno says, I. Raxity, the Rubik's Master, Big Papa Crispy's Big Mama, new patron.
No. Wait, who? What's their name again? One more time.
Calcus.
Woo.
Welcome.
Wooly, Adam, Slidewhistle, Secret Stalker. Ickis, Vanderlyle D. Gibson, Slidewhistle says,
Cruck Frag.
and Will, a.k.a. Tire, Trade Chat's fallen father.
We're leaving. We're out of here. We're out the door. You won't ever see us again until next week, unless you go to our Patreon at patreon.com/do-not-relent, and or send us an email at do-not-relentpod@gmail.com, or email me personally at navarracoffin@gmail.com. Maybe I'll do your taxes for you. What about you guys? Where can they find you on the internet?
Well, you see, you can find me, Alex or Immunization, on Twitter at New Era Alex. I'm also on Blue Sky at Immunization. And I think we can just say now that, Aaron, you put together that link tree, so you could just go there for, most of our podcast links.
Yeah, just go to linktier.ee/do-not-relent, and it's everything. All of our social medias, my Twitch. Just go there.
It is funny how long it took us to get a link tree with how many links we have to link to.
Even when I was setting up the link tree, I had 7 on there, and then Immune's like, add this one. And I was like, oh yeah. It's like, add this one. It's like, oh yeah. Yeah, we have 10 links. That used to be the last 7 minutes of the show was saying them all. Just go to our link tree. Any website you find us on, it'll be there.
Yeah, it's on Blue Sky, it's on Twitter. So the link trees are there.
Also, I see you little posters in the Spotify feed. I see you a lot more than I expected. So if you can see objects in your head, just go to that poll. Maybe we'll talk about it next week. I left it up for 99 days, so we'll see.
You specifically have to go to 249's episode 249. To see the poll.
We'll add a new poll. No, I'm not. Don't worry. Don't even check. I'm not even gonna add a new poll.
Anything to bring back that hater.
No.
But
we're leaving.
But yeah, we're leaving. Bye.
See ya. Wouldn't wanna be ya. And remember,
another down. Do not relent.
Do Not Relent is a podcast within the 3HNC network, representing U.S. Proudmoore's premier podcasts.
That was a very good wish.